Hello everyone, I'm going to be starting out tonight with the Sturer Emil here. Nice to see some of you guys are here already. Glad tonight's stream works out, you know, given that it's a different day than usual. That's Lily back there. She's a little bit of a...
Our celebrity guest.
Yeah. She's pretty old though, so she's most likely just going to be snoring.
You go back?
But nice to see everybody. Unfortunately for Lily, she does not like Levi's treats. Tried to give her a few of them, and she's like, no. And then Levi swoops in. Brian popped out already. I'm sure she'll pop in at some point again now. She's she'll be baking, so I'm sure you'll hear a lot of noise in the background. Like usual though, feel free to request any tanks. I will try my best to get to as many as possible. Hopefully I have someone spotting for me here though. I did rework. I'll show it after this battle. I don't have it up here. I have the sponsor board and the challenge board reworked, so I'll show that after this battle here. It'd be very nice if we had someone spotting, but yeah, everyone kind of chickened out. I don't blame them too much, but nonetheless, it is still a wee bit annoying. I'm still just I'm gonna hang out here. Not that I have any shots yet, but I should eventually. Hopefully. It's the plan at least. Yeah, Lily, she's my brother's pit bull. She's pretty old, but she's a little chunky. Yes. She kind of has a little bit of a hurt leg too, so we took her on a walk earlier and she's like, really? Gonna take a blind shot there. Who knows if someone's actually there, but it would have been nice if one of our lights at least like popped out to one of the little bushes and just spotted a little bit for me, but I guess that's asking too much. Because even though I do have shots into the center, they're not always the best shots available. Hello, Rich, Fix It, Carl, Green Bean, everyone else popping in here. Two dogs and a tanker. I'm catching up to I need to get 4 dogs so I could be 4 dogs and a tanker and be kind of the inverse to 4 tankers and a dog. And about there. No. I probably should have taken a shot when I had a view on him. Oh, he does have the back covered, yes. We're not really doing much for football tomorrow. You know, we'll be, I think, just popping, you know, from here, we'll pop over to, I think, her cousin's or someone's friend's house, and she's baking a cake. So, we'll at least have, like, dessert. But yeah, we'll at least be doing something. A little hard with having a house guest here. Levi and her, they haven't fought, but Levi was very hurt. Oh, I missed. She jumped on his dog bed like once she came here because it's more comfortable than hers before we fixed it up, and he's like staring there like beside himself, like, what is happening? This is why I don't like heading to this position, but given the tank I'm in, I don't really have too many options. Like, at least they are capping. Hope this guy didn't spot me. He's not aiming at me. Definitely not aiming at me now. Am I worried about the Valley? Not yet. We still have Ferdinand. Yep, he's still got a little HP. I'm not worried about that. Really, I'm not able to help there. I'll pretty much just get evaporated if I push that way. Given the size and lack of armor on this tank. Of course I bounced off of him. Sad face. I know I'd be absolutely useless over there. That literally just hit that guy's gun. Not really good luck in this tank, but I'm not too surprised, honestly. This is probably, I think I said last stream, one of the most challenging tanks I've played, where you can get by with a bad tank, but this just has a lot of downsides to it, to where it's hard to actually play it given the limitations that are kind of set for you right off the get-go. Fully expecting this T-32 to get to where I can hit him, but I'm guessing that there's somebody there, but no. But unfortunately, I don't really have a chance here. I'm just taking a very low chance shot to be able to hit someone there, but oh well. I got a few more seconds to maybe get a shot behind the church again, but I don't think anyone's actually behind the church. I think they're closer to our flank, but yeah. Almost actually fell. I know there's a Cheeto to my left. Didn't hit anybody. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty lackluster win, to say the least. Or not win, loss. I definitely did not win. But I survived! Woohoo! And I missed there. But, really, I could have pushed the town. But, and by push I mean go over there and most likely die. It's just, you can't really push out in this thing, especially if you're not top tier. You don't have the anything, I should say. I don't even have to list them all. You pretty much don't have anything. Alright, so that was a really bad start. The Ferdinand and the Tiger 2 are the only people that broke 1,000 damage. That's that's saying a lot. Alright, before I get to my first tank request, let me pop into one more grind here. I'll do the TVP. But what I was saying a little bit earlier, I reworked the sponsor and challenge board a little bit here. It's a little bit easier to see. It's not perfect yet. So basically, I reworked it to where the large names, basically up there with there's a little paw print behind them. They're sponsors or people who've you know, supported Tip to Stream in some way or another. And then the little white tokens, I switched them smaller from what they were before. So where each time you win a challenge, you get one of those, and it either builds off of your name, or as you see in the bottom right, you can kind of build and spell out your name that way. There's a couple others that are small, and just, you know, their names don't have enough to build out the full name yet. But hopefully you guys like it. I think it's a little bit better than what I had before. And I got it, so it's a little bit easier to see as well. It's not perfect yet, though. I'll figure it out. Lighting's honestly the hardest when it comes to, like, I have webcams in 3 different spots in this room to try to get it well lit across the whole room for all of them. Player. A pay to win game? It depends. It's not pay to win like a lot of free to play games where you basically say you buy something in this game. It's not going to automatically give you a huge advantage over somebody else. There's arguments that, you know, some premium tanks, say like the Object 252U specifically, are a little bit better than their peers. You know, there's some justification there. However, for the most part, the only thing that spending money really does that gives you an advantage in World of Tanks is it allows you to make credits faster. And most importantly, with that, you're going to be able to put equipment on your tanks. You're going to be able to level up since you gain a little bit more experience, level up your crews faster. So it's basically pay to make your life easier and the grind shorter. But it's not like a lot of other free-to-play games where it is pay to win. But basically it just shortens the grind, and it gives you a little bit of advantage with premium rounds where they are available for credits, so anyone can get them. However, if you do have a premium account, it's much easier to be able to fire more of them. If you don't have a premium account, you're basically going to lose credits, even if you hit most premium rounds most of the time. Whereas with a premium account, some of the higher damage per shot ones, you'll at least break even, if not just very small chance of you losing a little bit of credits. I was about to say, I don't mind I don't mind answering that question he asked, though. Yeah, like, basically my thing with the sponsor and challenge board here, I can make things visible on the webcam, or I can zoom it in more. However, it doesn't show enough, you know. I can't, like, make the webcam rotate around as you know, I'm streaming here. So basically, you know, it's something to where everyone's names and stuff will be up there. It might be a little bit off if people keep track themselves, because I've only done the tokens for winning challenges, you know, for basically, I think it's about like 60% of the time I've been doing challenges, I've done basically these tokens here, to where, you know, the first batch of them I missed. But yeah, you know, everyone's name's up there though, so I try to make it as visible as possible, but nothing's ever gonna be perfect. I'm just waiting until I have something else to shoot. Like, I'll gladly just chuck HE at this guy. Our team's not doing bad yet. To where we should be pretty good here. It looks like the hill, unless we start losing a lot of people quickly, the hill should be actually doing fairly well. Sheridan might have spotted me here, which I have one more HE shell. It's just the APCR on this doesn't have a ton of pen. It's all good. I don't think he was trolling, but yeah. Never know though. Wish that rolled a little bit higher there. But in the grand scheme of things, as far as World of Tanks being pay to win, that argument I don't think holds up too well. Hello Dreadshells, nice to see you over on Twitch. Only because, you know, it's basically not like you buy a premium tank and you just flat out you're better than other people. You still have to play it right, and it's just not an automatic, say, victory. But compared to basically the first 2 or 3 years of World of Tanks, where there used to be gold shells only available for gold in game, there used to be, same with consumables. Oh lord, I did not think I was spotted there. Oh well, that went, yeah, that went south in a hurry, but that's my fault. I kind of forgot that they weren't spotting me here, so I didn't think they had it, someone spotting. That's a little loud back there. I might shut the door. But they have a T-54 lightweight. He was back in this area here, and he ended up spotting me. Can you shut the door? Thanks. But well, that went very south very quickly. Hello, Zori. Nice to see you. No problem, player. So let me get to the KV4 here. But while balance isn't exactly the best in the World of Tanks right now, it's still, you know, it has its issues, but it's definitely not pay to win. It's teetering on the edge of where if they basically keep releasing like Object 252Us, or, you know, basically keep adding in a ton of armor at no weak spots, which a couple of the newer tanks do kind of lean that way. You know, that might change my opinion on things, but right now it's still, you know, it's still somewhat fair. It does lean a little bit more towards, you know, if you have a premium account, you know, basically paying, you can get it down, I forget, it's like $5 or $6 a month, some of the packages you can get when they're really on sale. That's really all you need, honestly. You know, you don't have to buy, say, every premium tank and stuff like that unless you really like to play a lot of different tanks. I can add the T-54 on here, Zori. Whatever 100mm gun I have on it, though, I don't switch my guns or modules or anything. I forget which one that is, but basically I have the one with higher DPM but a little less accuracy on it. Thanks for the challenge, Andrew. A Leopard 1 challenge. It's still weird that the little jingle that goes off, and it's supposed to go off in my headphones when someone buys something, it doesn't work for the first few for some reason. I'm gonna see if I want to head south eventually. It's just Levi obviously wants to open the door. It's just looking at some of their tanks, I could see myself getting stuck down there, and the KV4, its armor, it's not going to hold up against tier 9s and tier 10s. So we'll see. Which tonight, even though it's Saturday, since I won't be streaming tomorrow, we will be picking midway through the stream here Tuesday's game. I'll do that around about an hour and a half into the stream here. I feel bad for that E100 though. Granted, if I'm just gonna stick up here, I guess, and hope that we don't just get annihilated, but I guess I could have helped down there, to be honest. It's just, you know, I knew going down there I'm just gonna be faced with tanks that can sit there and penetrate me head on without me being able to run away. Fortunately, I kind of missed my shot on that guy. I'm just gonna give a peek here, and I'm just hoping that there isn't something big in the field outside of those two tier 8 heavies. His TVP though, I have no idea where he went. Yeah, there's a Yag Tiger. I have a Tiger 2 with me. This is definitely not a fair fight on our end. Tiger 2 and a KV4 against two autoloaders here, but I will give it a shot. I'm gonna go for the Lorraine 40T first. Of course, I 0 damage credit him, and now there's another T50. There's a T5041 here. It's just, that was not good, because now with them pushing, we're down by 4 tanks. It's gonna be tough to. We're not gonna be able to take out any tanks here. Me and this one Tiger 2. If he has premium, I am really screwed. But once I missed that Lorraine 40T shot and I couldn't 2-shot him, I knew it was, yeah, I knew it was kind of over. And with the height of this tank, honestly, I can't even, I could have killed the Lorraine here if you didn't run in front of me. At this point, though, I'm just honestly gonna move out here because it doesn't even matter. This was a terrible match. I could have went south and maybe helped, but yeah. Unfortunately, the KV-4, it's not the most versatile tank, but I do like it. You know, I did just finish the grind a little bit ago in it, but yeah. Definitely not good in that scenario, though, where, well, I don't know where I want to go. I got myself in a bad spot. I'm going to hop in. I'm going to play a tier 10 here before I get to, when I pick something, I'm going to play the IS-7 for a match. Then I'll get to the IS, the Sheridan. Hello, Shadow and MW. Nice to see you guys. Green Bean. So tank requests. You can request tanks if you want to challenge. They're in my chatbot shop. I don't have an AMX M454, no, Zori. I have a tank request list, so if you go to WoTguru.com, you'll see live stream in the menu, and if you click on that, it'll say tank request list. It has all the tanks I can play during the stream. Honestly, I just forgot if I said hi, driver. But yeah, I don't have a ton of room to where pulling up the board for the sponsors and challenges and stuff here. I wouldn't have enough room, you know, if I made anything too large. I still do have one, the one I was using prior to popping over to these two. I still have another one that's hung up, but for the most part, you know, there's a limitation on what I can do. Alright, so we got Paris. Unfortunately, it's tier 10 only. I say that only because the IS-7, I thought I was in the IS-4 for a second. The IS-7, you know, a lot of people have been playing tier 10 TDs recently, I've seen, which fortunately there's only 4. But this thing does struggle against tank destroyers. So I'm glad that there's only 4 on the team. I'm probably going to head south, only because there are 3 SPGs. I'd rather not be the gigantic target if I kind of trudge through the center or the north. It'll be interesting, though, to see what my team does here. Right now we're putting a pretty large amount of people in the north, which is kind of terrifying, because if they just sit there, then it definitely may end up turning out badly down here for us. I knew I could get this spot, though. It's just I'm not sure I actually want to push, because like our type 5 is not really going to a spot that's able to help us. I'm gonna get hit by the Kronwagen here, but to me it was worth it. We almost have him out here, but it's basically, there we go. The type 5 is turning in. It's just he doesn't have the speed to make it across the gap and to get to where he could help us. I'm hoping the people in the north notice that they can go through the center. We have a 430 at least covering kind of our butts, but Badger scares me. Yeah, he's using APCR2, so I've got 0 chance. Granted, he hit me in the lower plate most likely, or actually in the upper plate, but he can pretty much pen over 50% of my front, even if I angle somewhat decently. Okay. Are you going to follow me? I'd prefer it if you don't, but gonna see if I can do something up here. Well, yes, the north, really, you see me push it early on in matches. If you don't push it early, I don't recommend pushing it, honestly, unless you absolutely know that you have numbers. I don't think anyone's here, but I'm still gonna at least give it a little test there. Oh god. Why did everybody fell back? We can't all go this way. Just literally, if every single one of us push around that corner, they're just literally just gonna come this way. It's just common sense, people. You need to at least leave one person down here, which me against a Super Conqueror is not a very good matchup, so I'm hoping one of these guys push in, but if you hear a lot of snoring, it's Lily. Her snore is not as cute as Levi's. That's a really low percentage shot here, but hopefully we can get that Strav out. Should be able to push now. Super Conqueror's still here. He fired though. I might be able to make it in for a shot. Nice. Let's see. Type 5, please. Type 5. No. Did get him to bounce though. God. I just bounced off of him, unfortunately. Yeah, and I'm dead now. I was throwing APCR at them, but it hurts a lot more for them to shoot APCR at me, because granted they can pen my lower plate regardless, but they can pen even parts of my upper plate with their premium shells. I don't know why. We had everyone pull back from this line, and they decided to try to push here, which just opens up more areas that we can't push through. We should have just piled people in here and just basically surround them. Oh well, that's honestly nothing I could have done differently there, because it just ended up everyone followed and then scurried off and kind of spread out. You need to stay together. Hello, Palladium and Flame and Latif. Nice to see you guys. Alright, so I have an IS up here. I'll get to the Leopard challenge here probably after this battle. Well, part of the issue of premium rounds, you know, granted this is just my opinion, but when it first came out for premium rounds for credits, I would say for the first year, it was widely accepted that, you know, carry some of them, use them if you need to, like if you're bottom tier or against something that you absolutely have no chance of penetrating, like if you can't see a weak spot. You know, carry some, but overall, you're going to lose, you know, a lot of money shooting them. But you can still penetrate things if you need to with standard rounds. However, when win rate 8 kind of started to get a little bit more popular and people took it a little bit more seriously, now it became, oh, why not fire a lot of premium shells? I have a ton of credits laying around. You know, it'll make my win rate 8 go up. That's partly to do with it, but also over time they have basically, instead of toning back premium rounds, which most of them, honestly, if you look at it, the main offenders are high tier heat shells and then basically tank destroyers, whether it's heat or APCR. Those are most of the problems when it comes to premium shells, kind of breaking the balance. Most other tanks, you know, you notice they have a bit of penetration increase, but nothing crazy as far as like you're gaining like just absurd amounts of penetration for your tier, or based on your standard round. And I missed them. Awesome. So there's that. However, basically over time they've just kept buffing armor instead of fixing the problem of premium shells. And a lot of tanks you see that they're releasing, especially in the past, say, 3 or 4 patches, they're just adding tanks with a ton of armor without many weak spots from the front, and even their weak spots still have a slight chance, say like 30-40% unangled, to bounce same tier shells thrown at them. Specifically like tier 10 tanks they've been adding in, like the Badger, like Super Conqueror. The lower plate's weak, but the rest of the tank, good luck with it. And now with like the Object 705A, Objects 268 V4, you know, there's just a lot of problems with that going on, and honestly it comes down to wargaming, their, I guess, philosophy you could call it, just being wrong in that scenario. It does make them more money because more people need premium accounts, but it does break balance a lot of times. Go figure, I hit like the hardest shot of the bunch. I'm gonna see if the C-25 needs help, but he should be fine given he caught the Jackson off guard. He's okay. I'm gonna help break through here because we lost the other flank. That's my main goal here. Like right now I'm using an APCR shot because I would very much like to get a sure pen. I see the OI, however I know that I could take the KV2 out with one shot, and I'm hoping, okay, this guy's aiming at me here. Granted, this is a standard round. See, most people would have stuck with APCR there. I should have. I would have basically been guaranteed a pen on that OI. It's just over time, the game, you know, more people who've stuck with the game too, there's less of a need for credits unless you do want to, say, grab a lot of tanks, not sell any, stuff like that. That's all good, Andrew. I just usually need a few battles just to warm up, so I didn't want to do it right away. Really hoping this guy just mainly doesn't shoot me in the back. We're still not out of the woods here. Like, I'm gonna head back to base, but there's 2 KV5s. Honestly, a little bit terrifying. Especially because I can technically be one shot by them. They get a slightly above average roll. Accuracy on this, it does leave a little bit to be desired. There are a couple guns you can use on it. Comes Mr. KV5 towards me.
I both dildos.
Kind of hoping that somebody will help me here, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get any help. Yep, this is not going to end well. I knew he was just going to ram me, so I might as well get another hit in. But, yeah, unfortunately, we just didn't have enough tanks, and we're a little bit slow to win this side. I'm kind of surprised their KV5s pushed the hill, but given that they're a top tier, and it didn't look like... Okay, we only had one IS-3 over there. We didn't have any other tanks over there that could really deal with them. So, unfortunately, you know, they definitely pushed the right side to just take out a massive amount of tanks, and it was kind of easy at the end there for him. Hey, little buddy. Well, yes, I did miss a few shots I wish I would have hit, but the IS, I do like it as a tank. It lacks a little bit of armor, but it's got decent mobility, a pretty hard-hitting gun. Hi, buddy. I see you there. But I use the 122 on it. As far as overall, some people will say you could use like the 100mm on it, but either gun works. I've swapped between both of them, honestly, from time to time. I used to play a little bit more of this tank before I finished grinding Russian tanks. Alright, so I have a Leopard 1 challenge here. It's a deluxe challenge, so what am I going to do with this is I got to do 2 times the HP total. The Leopard 1, I've got to reach 3,900 here. This will be interesting. The Leopard 1, it's a good looking tank in the game. Unfortunately though, it's probably the worst tier 10 medium, honestly, only because it doesn't really gain anything over other mediums. Like most tier 10 mediums now have a little bit of turret armor on them. They got over buffed. Leopard 1 didn't. The gun on it, it's good at long range, but it's not like you gain DPM or anything that useful compared to other tier 10 mediums. The speed's alright, but now with tier 10 lights, you know, tier 10 lights kind of outclass it with that. Hello, nice guy, nice to see you. And Sasuke, thanks for tipping Levi Victor. I'll see if Louis wants one too, but he was kind of not impressed with Levi's dog treats earlier. He's used to eating like, say, like real meat. Like that's what my brother feeds her, like table scraps almost, but outside of her dog food. To where Levi, you know, he's on his strict diet. Got there. I'm honestly very surprised that this guy's not getting hit by a few people. But at the very least, the gun does work really well. It's got good accuracy. The shell travels fast. It's just, as far as the, nobody's going to save you. I don't even know where he was. Oh, he's there. Yeah, I'm not going to save that guy. He got overturned to where I could get spotted. Shouldn't have overturned yourself by running. He ran into the tank traps. It's on you, buddy. I was just saying that last stream how I hate how sometimes people force you to run over them early in a match because they won't let you get around them. Still honestly surprised though that we aren't getting hits on this guy. I don't have too much of an incentive to go into the town yet. We've got people on the flag to where if they need help, I can push in from where I'm at here. I'm gonna see if this guy pulls back too far and go from there, because right now still kind of holding fast, but the RU's pushing into him, so he might pull back here. And I missed. I did fire a little bit too early, but come on, accuracy. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be better off facing the tanks in front of me here shortly, but I did get a shot there at least. 307 damage, that's terrible. Yeah, I need to start worrying about, say, the Chrysler K, if I can get a sneaky shot on him. No. Just completely whiffed on that shot. I shot right under him, it looks like. Not really getting much luck when it comes to my RNG today, am I? Mainly when it comes to accuracy. That went really not in our favor there. We went from having 3 people on the cap to 0 people on the cap. Not gonna be good. Not gonna be good at all. Ah, crap, I forgot about the really crappy gun depression. Over the back. I haven't played the Leopard one in a little while. Gun is damaged. No. Oh, the E-75. Where did you even shoot me from? I think right on that little opening there. Trying to stay alive here. It's not gonna help in the long run, though. Come on, turret. Fix itself. I didn't even notice my turret was out. I thought it was just my gun still. Yeah, this is not gonna go over very well here. Come on, come on. Where's the T10? There's the T10. Exact revenge on the E-75. Running out of room to backpedal. Oh god, he's got me. Yeah. Oh god. That was close, but thank you very much for the challenge, Andrew. I don't like to win them this way, but playing the Leopard 1, I was trying my best to be as aggressive as I could there, but I'd reached 3,900 when it came to damage, assist, and block. You're not going to block anything in this tank. And with that last shot, I just barely inched myself over there. I'm waiting to see if I hit any blind shots, but I don't think I did. Yeah, I got the most amount of damage on my team, second most amount in the match. The E-75 just inching me out on their team. But I had reached 3,900 and I barely got over it by 10 damage. It looks like, if my math is right there. Hopefully my math is right. So I beat you by 10. Thanks for the challenge though. That was a fun match. I was trying my best to like inch out as much as I could there. But at one point I just looked at our team and I'm like, there's no way we're gonna win this. Alright, little doggo. Here you go. Want a biscuit? You want one? I'm still gonna give you one even though you don't eat them. Oh, I gave Lily part of one, but I don't know if you can see her here. Let's see if she shows up on Lily's head's right under here, to where I gave her part of the treat and she took it and then just dropped it in front of her and looked over at Levi like, come and get it. But anyway, thank you very much for the challenge though. I wish I could have won that. I hate winning challenges but losing the battles, but that's honestly the closest one I think I've won by, just 10 damage. I'm doing pretty well, Josh. Nice to see you. Hello, JJ as well. But yeah, the 307 and 331 for damage, they were pretty low rolls. So the AMX-30, yes. The AMX-30 and 30B. I would say the Leopard's still better at long range than them, but I feel like if they wanted to fix the Leopard, like, very high chance, you know, with the Italians coming, there's going to be the auto reloading Leopard. It's almost, I'd say, 80-90% chance that's the tier 10. So Leopard 1 with an auto loader on it. I think just 4 rounds with the crazy Italian auto loader mechanic. But I think if they wanted to fix the Leopard 1 medium, I personally would give it not light tank level camouflage, but give it a little bit better camouflage. On the move and also stationary, but definitely not while firing. Basically give it a little bit more DPM. I'd even actually buff the accuracy a little bit more to make it just laser accurate. But it shouldn't have armor, honestly, because it didn't in real life, so I think it could be fixed. Will it ever be like the best tier 10 medium? I don't think so, given that it does help if you have a little bit of armor on your tank, whether it's just hold down or not, and a Leopard 1's never going to have that unless Wargaming really stretches their imaginations. Yeah, that's the problem, to where, you know, if they change, say, the Leopard 1 too much, it would kind of encroach on tier 10 lights a bit. But I do think they could balance it to where it would have kind of a role. I don't think it'll work, say, in competitive play and stuff like that, but in random battles it would do a little bit better. Or even if they just buff, say, the camouflage a little bit on the Leopard 1 just while it's stationary and not while moving, that would go a little bit a way to help it. I wish I had some armor here. I've got some people heading up behind me. Just being outnumbered, I wasn't able to hold the corner there. Looping, yep. Once I saw him just back up a pinch, I was able to kind of slot in. Even though I lost some HP, I will gladly push up. I'm waiting for this Patriot to kind of cross. Taking a chance there. I don't have the best accuracy given that I'm in a light. Hoping. I don't think the TVP is going to make that mistake again. I do think he's going to pop out here. But they're all missing this bat chat coming right up behind him here. Like, literally, guys, turn around. Come on, dude. Pay attention, M40 or not M40, M48 or M4A1. Don't think I needed to do that little juke there. I was trying to get him to point the other way, but he did that regardless. I like that kind of the best out of high tier lights is you can use that handbrake a lot. Still not out of the woods yet because our team never really pushed the center. I won't do that in a light tank just because the likelihood of someone just saying, huh, it's just a little light, and they push over on you is pretty high. Hoping I get across here. That guy's got turret armor. The one thing the Chinese light does have is a decent turret front. Oh god, our Strev S1 flipped himself over. That's the second teammate. Oh my god, 2 battles in a row. Both of my teams have had one person flip themselves over, not even near any enemy tanks. Just saw a tree fall somewhat close there. I do need to start spotting here. I guess I don't want to ditch this side if I don't have to, but I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to because we don't really have that much of a chance to push that side given the tanks that we have left. Oh, I gotta bail. I don't want to, but oh god. Oh god, 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 no, 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 no. I'm just gonna turn around this way and hope I can run. Because there's a lot of tanks now aiming at me. Don't know how I made it out of there, but I did. We'll see if I make it further here. We're definitely not going to win this. Okay. I don't know what this guy's idea of help is, but literally falling back to where we spawned was not it. Hopefully the wind or the wheel spins. I've tried, you know, in the past. Oh, that was an awesome hit. You know, the past few streams. Oh well. Luck is not on my side today. We had 2,500 damage, 1,200 assists, but I don't know what was going on back here, but we had so many people here, and everybody that went this way died, and we didn't have anyone in the spot that normally you want to exploit from the north. Because basically, you're able to leverage this position if you push here instead of this way. All you need is 1 or 2 tanks here, and you'll be fine to hold that entire flank. But, oh well. I think as far as the Italian mechanic that's coming, the auto-reloading, it should make its way to other tanks. Some other tanks had stuff very similar to them. I'm really confused as to why my little my fussbot jingle isn't working. But I will add that on there. Hello Mojo, nice to see you. Yeah, I've reset my sources for it too. Right again. Alright, so Prima Victoria. Unfortunately a tier 10 match, but I'm either gonna end up in one of these two areas. I'm not gonna want to fight IS-4, Type 5, AMX M451, T10, you know, you get the gist. I'm not gonna want to fight them in a 9-0 line. Which this week should be interesting though. So the Russian server I believe gets 9.22 on Tuesday, and NA server Wednesday. I think that's kind of the unofficial official release dates. I could be a day off though. But we should see a really quick turnaround to where it's leaning towards a sandbox test, not a actual public test for the new maps. But we should see one of those popping up very soon, given that by mid-March, I think the release date was like the 2nd or 3rd week. That's going to be World of Tanks 1.0, so Wargaming is going to want to start kind of hyping up that a little bit more than they already have. Because right now, people that play the game know that, you know, the new graphic render is coming in March, but they, you know, definitely want to reach people that have either stopped playing the game or who haven't tried World of Tanks yet. I feel like, especially for the NA server, I'm not in a good spot here. Oh lord, I have Object 252U coming my way. We'll definitely see a little bit of a bump, because typically the NA player bases for any game, they're a little bit, not to say spoiled, but they care a little bit more about graphics than other regions. So I'm sure people will try to game out just to see the new graphics, since they hold up pretty well compared to other games. I'm going to take one more shot here, but I'm going to have to fall back because I don't have any help here. Yeah, and especially now with, that was 2 arty shots here, and now I have 2 heavy tanks. I can't hold this area at all. But I might not even make it out of here, to be honest, because I just overextend it, and I really did not expect to lose. Yeah, I'm definitely dead here. I definitely did not think that we were gonna lose those 3 tanks in the center, especially the T100 light. For whatever reason, he pushed straight up in the center here, and you're pushing right in front of where all their tanks set up right in the beginning. Unfortunately, that just came down to, I should have just not sat here, but I should have just sat back. I could have got a little bit more damage, but we were still, this is not going to go well at all, because we lost so many tanks without even inflicting, say, a couple shots to them. So, unfortunately, bad streak continues. So let me hop into the Lorraine 40T now. I'm gonna pop into a grind after this, then I'll get to the ultimate challenge. Which, congrats again. I think it was Randall that won a Prima Victoria yesterday. Glad I mentioned that. Well, yes. The Russian player base, Wargaming did a really good job to where I would guess that like 98+% of people that can play the game currently will be able to play it with the new engine update coming out in March. Some people might really struggle, which is why they released that kind of benchmark, what they called Encore, to give people a sense. But honestly, I would guess if your computer can't play World of Tanks on minimum graphics, then there's something wrong. To where I would reckon that even Wargaming's Encore, if you kind of fail it on low settings, you'll still be able to play the game, because their mods should come out to say remove some stuff and make it even more less intensive for your GPU. But I don't know, I almost feel like low settings, like standard graphics now, your computer is definitely in need of an update. But you know, I get that not everyone can, say, afford or justify spending money to play PC games. But that's why there's World of Tanks consoles. Fortunately for this T28, I kind of feel bad for him, but I kind of don't. I did just miss that shot, which is a little bit important, because now I have 30 seconds and he made it to that rock. I don't know why you would go out there in a T28. A T95 maybe, but not that early on in a match. Awesome. Guess I get that for sitting there. Really surprised though that I did not spot the T28 prototype after he fired. I have a lot to go on a lot of the tanks that I'm grinding. The closest is the Sturer Emil. I have like 60,000, I think, or 50,000 experience left. A little surprised that this RU isn't poking. We've got the town. It's time to start pushing up, dude. We're gonna start losing the valley. I'm gonna pop on the cap just in case we actually need these cap points. But I can still pop out if this RU actually decides to do something. I missed that. Like, I don't care if he resets me. I do care about my HP, but fortunately I guess missed again there on him. Would have been nice though if this IS-3 had helped. He's kind of helping them by sitting where he's at and not even trying to take a shot. I'm just gonna reload because I'm not gonna have any shots by the time they start popping out here. I might as well get two rounds back and get some cap points, but missing that defender shot was actually pretty bad on my part. Yes, my stream just changing for this weekend. Instead of Sunday, I'm doing Saturday because of football. Few seconds off there. Oh god. Trying not to hit this guy. I literally can't pin the JPZ, but I might be able to help track him. At least he's dead. But I'm just gonna reload again. I'm not really doing anything. Usually in Lorraine I'm able to pen everything, but once I lost my HP, I'm playing it a little bit safer than I should. I don't know how our RU didn't do much in the center, but he died. I've got the most amount of cap points right now though, so I'm not gonna risk him if I don't have to. But it would be nice if we had a spot in the center. Yeah, we are up by 7, so no, I don't see the prototype. I might as well just take the W while I have it though. Maybe take a shot. We got the cap now. Here's the prototype. Got one more shot in at least. I inched myself over 1,000 damage there, but I was making sure that we're gonna cap before I actually pushed out and got spotted there. He actually designed highway. Honestly, a cat could probably design a map better than some maps in the game right now. But they're definitely fixable. I'm really interested to see some of the ones they're going to be coming out with fixing that we didn't get to test on the previous sandbox for the new maps. The Ram 2, sure, I can add that on. Alright, so I'm gonna do one more grind before we do the RU-251, which I'm gonna start a raffle here since it's past 9. Honestly, I don't know if you guys can hear Lily, but she's honestly like the loudest sleeper I've ever heard. Got a raffle going. But hello, Arctic and David. Sheridan? I don't know, Carl. I will try to look at that if I have a mastery badge in the Sheridan. Honestly, I'm glad you know, I got to play it tonight because, you know, I got that tank and I haven't really played it at all. Unfortunately, Zori, my commands for my bot only work on YouTube. I do have one on Twitch here, but it just tracks view time right now because there's currently no bot that I can use with how I want to set up a chat bot to work across both streams at the same time. So I have one set up to where it tracks view time, so in the future I can port people who watch on Twitch over to it. I'm hoping it's sometime this year they're hopefully going to fix it to where Streamlabs' chatbot will be able to work on YouTube and Twitch at the same time if you dual stream. Currently it works. It says it works on YouTube, but it's actually broken. They have plenty of complaints about it to where... Oh lord, you're actually pushing. You know, it says it works on it, but it doesn't. It only works on Twitch. Where I don't know why they market it as working for both. With how that guy played, I would not be surprised if he pops out here again. I'm just gonna stay here because if they push on me and kill me here, then something terribly wrong happened. No gun depression on that guy. This thing doesn't really have much going for it for gun depression either. Take the shot, Lorraine. Ooh, thank you for taking off 64 damage on me. I don't know why you would think that I would like continually push there. Thought that Scorpion G might push, but no. I'll just head with these guys now. Oh god, a little bit more than I thought. Oh, that works. Alright, KV5 on my left. I might take a pot shot at him. No. Of course he hits me though. He obviously, you know, I should have taken a shot at him, but right, here we go. Let's say I was hoping this prototype would be able to reset, but it's not looking too hot for him. They got a reset though, awesome. I knew I had plenty of people to pop back behind me to get on their cap to where I would very much like not to get capped out. So I'm just making sure here. This prototype did a nice job though. If it wasn't for him, we would have lost. They almost got us though, to be honest. You missed a prototype. If it wasn't for him though, we would have definitely lost to where we're still not out of the woods yet here. I am banking on those TDs having went back to their base, which I'm correct for at least one of them. T10 though is still somewhere. Okay, never mind, he's over there. Now we have a pretty good lead. Before we're only up by 1. I should have just used a standard round there. What is that ISU facing? I don't know. Here goes our strep though. Thank God. He's got some HP. I know I got in front of him. That was not my intention. Let's just track that guy there, get a little assist damage, and got ourselves a kill there. Pretty good game though. 2800 damage, 600-ish assist. Congrats, John, on winning the raffle. Alright, so let me see if the wheel works for Streamlabs. Not look good so far. Usually it pops up right away, even before I get to the page. No, it still looks broken. Let me see if doing that fixes it. Sorry, the wheel still doesn't work, so I will... It is, you know, they do have a disclaimer next to it on my page that it's in testing still, so I'll just pick a random tier 10 tank I think last time I picked a tier 10 heavy, so I'll pick something different. Got a Confederate ward though. Top 2 damage in the match. We did a really nice job rallying at the end. Surprised though, I usually play pretty poorly when it comes to that. But as far as I've got up to a Mastery Badge 2nd class in this, and I've got what, 11 battles in it. 11 bad battles at that too. You know, unfortunately, I've got a lot of new tier 10s. The Sheridan mainly. Like, you notice some of these tier 10s, even though I've had them for a while, like even the T57 Heavy, I only have a few battles in them in the grand scheme of things. I don't get to play a lot of tanks I buy, unfortunately, sometimes. I do have quite a few tier 10s though. Maybe I'll do a stream one day where I play all my tier 10s. An Object 140 challenge? That's not a tier 10 heavy? Sure, I'll go for it. I've got to get... Or Floyd, is there any... Floyd bought it, so... I should let Floyd pick it, to be honest. Yes, I've seen the new Arctic region. It looks nice. Yes, in the grand scheme of things, yes, the first one. It's up to me? Okay. I'll go with the Object 140. So I was thinking, honestly, a tier 10 medium, so that fits into it. Or maybe I should have picked a tier 10 SPG. I'm kidding. I don't do challenges in Arty unless you guys specifically ask me, only because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be over in the first few shots. So I've got to get 2.5 times the HP total here. I gotta get to 4,750, and I'm on one of my least favorite maps when I'm not in like a really heavy tank, and I'm not on the side I like to play either. So this will be very hard. But if you're looking for, honestly, marks of excellence or mastery badges, a big part of that, what you saw me do there at the end, to where killing that Strev 1030 at the end, I shot his track wheel even though I had him, you know, I flanked him and he wasn't going to hit me, only because you get assist damage and you deal damage to most tanks tracking and penetrating the hole behind it. So it's kind of a way, it's not cheating, but it's kind of a way to kind of get a little bit of extra assist damage that otherwise you wouldn't normally get. Say even early on in a match, like say if I had a shot at this T100 LT and I could choose between shooting it in the lower plate or shooting it in the front track wheel, tracking it out there, and hopefully he doesn't use this repair kit. Shooting the front track wheel might be the better of the choices because I had so many teammates near me and they could, you know, tally 1200, say, assist damage or something, whereas I'm only going to cause about 320 damage worth myself. So you're going to net more by doing that. You don't always want to do that because, you know, it can definitely backfire if nobody on your team shoots at the target or they have a repair kit and you're just wasting a shot if you're just solely going for tracking. But it is something to keep in mind because it can definitely help you. I don't want to say pad your stats because you're still basically doing something that's tactically sound if you're tracking someone to let other people hit them easier. Which, thank you, Deadly Pacifist, for the follow on Twitch. Tempt it if we push here. Don't have enough gun depression to hit that guy. He's got Artied again. Awesome. Oh lord. I need to bugger off here. Alright. Just struggling to see where I want to go here. This is why I don't like Mountain Pass. Like, we do have the ridge open, but I don't think going there is going to do any good, because I'm not going to be able to push it alone, and I'm just going to basically sit there. Probably going to backfire on me. But trying, even with some heat shells here, penetrating these guys is really damn hard, especially when you have both SPGs focused on your area. This might actually be a zero across the board challenge. Hoping they forget about me. No, I can't pop out here. Just honestly, picking the 140 was one of the worst mistakes I could have done. I know it's a good tank, but in a matchup like this, I would rather have a different tier 10 medium. Even the T62A would be a little bit better. But I'm not able to push there. And given my HP, I've got to finagle some damage, because you can't spot on this map and get assist damage reliably unless you kind of YOLO at the beginning. Seems like though, Floyd, whenever you challenge me, I get really crappy matches like this. I don't know what it is. Come on. Honestly, they're able to just push right in and honestly kill both of us if the three of them do it. But they're now starting to push the south. That's good for us in a way. I kind of wish I was down there now, though. But I've kind of written off winning this challenge, honestly. Floyd, you definitely have this. There's no way I'm going to be able to get it. Especially with this lovely bat chat running away. Tried to track him there, and that didn't work. What I'm trying to do is not lose this, because if this bat chat would actually help me, we could have just pushed on that guy. But this bat keeps running away. The AMX-13-105 is now running away too. I somehow just 0 damage hit that bat chat. I think I literally hit him in the only spot that could actually do that. But be very nice though if the AMX-13-105 would simply just help us. He would have had really clear shots on either the bat or the T62A. But this is about to go south for me here. Unless I can pull off the upset of the no. It was like upset of the century and then I bounce off his side. I'm done here. It's just, it's frustrating. Like, just turn around and help your teammates. But congrats on winning the challenge, Floyd. Granted, I hate matches like this too, to where it's not even, you know, it's not even close, because I screw up so bad in the beginning and it's just over. Anyway, T54 there. But Mountain Pass is one of those maps where if I'm not in a heavy tank, I kind of just sigh in a way, or like a heavily armored TD, because while you can push out in a medium, mainly from that other side into the south there, coming from the side that I'm at, there's not too many options for you outside of, you know, just fighting head on at close range at stuff. So, you know, unfortunately, it's just annoying. Which, thanks for timing that person out. I'm just gonna, that person's gonna disappear for forever. Modules, it doesn't count assist damage with modules. It's only tracks, you know, immobilizing them. Or if you're an RD, stunning them too helps. Hello, YGN, nice to see you. Brian. Alright, I'm gonna guess that, yep, we'll have plenty up there. So I'm gonna go to the usual spot and derp around down here area, because usually it's very neglected by this team, to where we're gonna have a lot of people set up here, a couple back here. There's no arty, to where I'm hoping that I can get a little bit of help. A little bit of help over here. It's like that Conqueror just kind of pinged there to state we don't have enough people in the south, whereas he's taking, you know, fairly mobile tier 9 heavy, but if you give him the entire side here, it's not going to be nice. I'm at least gonna spot a little bit, but it's just something to where going up into the mountains in, say, something like the Conqueror and even the AMX M451, tactically it doesn't make too much sense, because they're not going to they're basically not going to pull their weight up there unless the enemy sends a lot of people over there themselves, which right now there's 4, so I just hope they're able to push hard. But the reason I'm out here is for the enemy to get to this area, they're going to have to basically be spotted by the time they get to me, to where if I need to fall back, I'll run back before they're able to take me out. But right now it looks like they only have 4 in the north. We currently have 6. They've got 8 in the south. And we're still missing spotting their Tortoise, Borsig. So they should honestly be able to take out those tanks in the north pretty easily. A little bit surprised to see a VK over here. I was contemplating pushing, but not with that guy. Shot. E5 is though. Holy hell. But if you don't have anyone keeping this little ridge, not even just from this side, but even the other side, you're putting your team at a pretty big disadvantage. I'm trying to talk too fast here, and the words are not working. Because you're able to help the center and also spot the south. It helps if you have arty, but arty's not a requirement. I'm gonna keep an eye on there. They're not pushing on me yet, so that's nice. The Tortoise, but I should have gotten at least 2 or 3 more shots here, but a little bit too concerned about the guys on my left. They got me lit up, so we should start seeing, yep, there's their Tortoise. But it's just telling me to fall back, where while there is a risk to be out here by yourself, if they do push on you hard, it's more of a risk for your team to not have anybody over here. This T95, he wouldn't have gotten that much damage dealt to him, because he can't defend against me and them at the same time. Their Lorraine. Now it looks like they're going to make a push on me. I can fight a T10, but he definitely has the edge on me, because most likely he's going to pen me with the first shot. BK still shouldn't have a shot on me. E10, I should get cover from these guys in the center. Should. Doesn't mean I will, but see if this Chrysler is actually still playing. These guys are just full speed. Oh god. At least he got a hit. I should be able to just slightly slow his shot down. Crapola. Yeah, I did not want to shoot him there with the heat shell that I had. Come on, Mr. Engine. Never shoot a Russian high-tier heavy in the side like that with a heat shell. It does not end very well. Thank you, friends. Kill him, Lorraine. Awesome. Pretty nice game though. 3,566 damage. A little bit of assist. Thank you, Fix It Man. Likes do technically help videos, yes. I even completed setting that one T95 on fire, the incinerator, for the Object 260 here. Didn't get the secondary mission though, but yeah, pretty good match. Top 2 damage. That Conqueror that told me to turn back. Yeah. They still helped out in the north, but like I was saying, most of the time going to an area like that, you really have to look at the enemy team to make sure it's actually worthwhile and you're not just chasing, say, the mediums and lights and other tanks that are faster than you the whole time and just you're getting a shot or two, but you're not required up there. We still won, so it doesn't matter, but it's just one of those things. It was a little bit annoying. Yeah, I don't care. I wanted to see why I didn't get the secondary there. I'm just curious as to what it is. So that's why. I guess I was a little bit off because I wasn't spotting damage. But anyway, I've got a T-32 up next here. Which I put in the Fussbot shop. I'm gonna start it after today's stream. It might interest some of you. It's basically like a new large item in the shop. It's called, what is it? Overwhelm Cody with challenges stream. So basically, if that's ever bought, it is pretty expensive, so you know, it's something to where I don't want popping up every stream, of course. If anyone does buy that, so basically the entire stream, any tank request people make, it'll still be the standard, you only get one per person. Every single one becomes a challenge to where I'm going to do 1.5 times the HP total of a tank. If I lose, basically that person that requested the tank gets 500 Levi biscuits back. You won't get, it's not like a paid challenge where you're not going to get the little challenge token that I have up on the sponsor boards, but you will win biscuits back. And the person that bought it, I'll probably tally up all the biscuits from the losses on my end and give it to the person that bought it, so it will offset the cost a little bit. Really lucky that he didn't hit me there. Need to blow my repair kit because I got myself a little bit too far stuck out there. I'm still actually a little bit too far stuck out there. I'm gonna give him a little piece of my turret just to possibly help my chances here. But right now our team is not pushing in here. A little bit scary. But it looks like they are going to push hard, so they will be able to pull those guys back most likely. But we left behind us completely wide open. I've actually I gotta head back to base already. It's thanks, but I don't have help here. Luckily I knew he doesn't have much pen, but like I'm kind of screwed here because now they kind of realize that there's nobody over here except for me. So I'm actually gonna die. Second stream in a row to where I push that area, and then my team, they're doing the exact same thing. And last time they got a draw, but I don't get why. This is literally the same thing that happened in the KV4 last night, to where my whole team pushed here and didn't really kill anybody. The enemy team pushed here, and it just doesn't make sense. I don't get it. But I should have honestly just stayed back on one of these corners instead. Most likely, and not this one because I would have died. It's just, I don't get why that happens, you know, more than just say out of the blue. But sorry for whoever requested the T-32. That was not my battle at all there. Which, feel free though, you know, I have plenty of time to where even if I've taken a request from you, you can request another one. Usually my night streams, they fill up quick, but I kind of knew switching from Sunday to Saturday, not everyone would be able to watch. I don't know if these guys coordinated their color schemes here. Kind of seems like it. But we might win that, but honestly, I'm not gonna bet on it. I think we're gonna absolutely get clobbered there. Because with the way that they were pushing back in, they still had the enemy was basically grouped up a little bit better, plus on our cap, to where the only way they're gonna get back and reset the cap is they're gonna have to take some risks and probably make mistakes. I still stupidly, I haven't pushed into that area in the center. If, you know, remembering back the previous streams I've gotten that map. I usually play the map in the south, but I've been trying when I'm in like a heavy to go to center more because I find my team just collapses in the center to where it seems like the tactics of random battles in the NA server at least have shifted to where people don't go to the center anymore. It's strange, but, you know, trends do change. Already missed me there, which is nice to know. E30 is not nice to see there, though. Don't have the accuracy to really take these shots that I would like. Oh, Lord. Like, flirting with destruction here. Especially against the T-30, it says RNG says nope. I missed my chance to get some free damage. Really need it in this tank. Let's see what this T-44 spots since he's pushing the envelope here. It looks like they pressed really hard the other flank though. That T-30 just got another cheapie off, it looks like. Or not. Now he did. Just not smart what we're doing here. I might regret doing this. Only because this aim time is god awful. Yep, I didn't get him. And I guess lost most of my HP. I 100% deserve that though. No gun elevation. I hope you guys like seeing me struggle massively playing these tanks. Ram? That's my only hope there, to actually take him with me. But I'm just on so many tanks right now that I really play bad. Like, I'll admit it, but at least I try to improve in tanks that I stink in, instead of just playing the same old that you see everyone else play, like Russian mediums and high tiers. I personally, you know, I enjoy high tiers, but at least I'm up to tier 7 and tier 8. Alright, so let me get to the STI now. At least I took the E75 with me, but the 5100 though, the reason I don't like that, like I don't like autoloaders with huge reload or long reloads between magazines, it's just the aiming time on that thing, to where it made sense when it originally was put in the game, but in today's game, especially when I know the Lorraine 40T has less shells and it's a medium and not a heavy, but the aiming time on that thing is just atrocious for the rest of the gun stats it gets. Because with it and the overall accuracy, and you're not going to be firing APCR all the time in it, you're going to miss at least 2 shots unless you're shooting like an unarmored medium or a light, or you're really close up to like the side of a tank or something. Anyway, let's head to the center here. Or the north center. I saw someone post an image, I think it was yesterday or the day before, like a really dumbed down guide on airfield, basically saying if you're in a heavy tank, or no, if you're not in a medium or light, don't go here. Take a little bit of offense to that, because you can play the south and the center in... Awesome, he crashed. You can play it in a heavy. You just, like this, 8 degrees in gun depression, I believe. I don't think it's 10. To where if you have 8 or higher, you can actually play in most heavies the center, which I'm actually gonna head that way, to be honest, now, because we don't have anybody down there. So, speak of the devil, I'm gonna head that way. I'm gonna keep an eye on if anybody's here first. I still might get shot by this area. But it's not something to where you necessarily have to just push the beach. To where I like staying in this little area, because you can defend this area, you can shoot across the center, you can even help the north a little bit. But I'm probably... Yep, I see my first target. I have just enough gun depression. Go. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't stupidly gonna shoot that thing and it was gonna mess my shot up. But I kind of hope this T-54 Mod 1 and these guys let these guys push the beach, because usually if the enemy pushes that fast in the beginning, your guys in the north can kind of give you a little bit of a hand with taking them out. That guy pulling back though helps me out. I'm probably gonna shoot... No, he's not pushing. I'll take a shot this way then. Zero damage critical hit. That's a little bit of a bummer. But just something to where even if you're in a heavy tank, you don't necessarily have to go exactly where people expect you to go every time. Just keeping an eye on there, because if they do push, I will kind of turn my attention that way. But for the moment... Okay. Could help out that guy now. For the moment, though, it made sense for maybe getting a shot or two in the north. enough to be worried about this area. Hopefully it's just a batch at 12T so far. G is worried about. No. Get out that T10, that would be awesome though. Action X shouldn't be pointing my way. Alright team, now's your time. I'm definitely getting their attention. Gonna be heat. Or not, it's APCR again. Like most people bounce once or twice off this tank and then it's heat. I do the same thing though. But I'm definitely surprised they didn't throw a couple heat rounds at me there, back to back. He's got his attention time. There we go. Not ideal because RNG's been shafting me all night to where I had no hope that I was actually going to one-shot that guy. On Mr. RHM. You don't see too many of those around. The tier 10 German light. Most people consider it the worst German light, or not German light, but tier 10 light. I would agree with them. Doesn't have too many redeeming qualities compared to other ones. It has a nice HE shell like the RU-251, but pretty much it. Okay, I thought he was going to angle more. I should have just taken a shot though, given that the person was a T-54E1. Pretty decent match though. I got 2,500 damage, 3,100 block. I knew that was gonna happen. I was trying to get up there a little bit faster, given I wasn't going to outpace the T-54. You're not challenging? I was about to say, did I say it was a challenge? I know it's just a regular tank request. But pretty decent fight though. Nothing too crazy, but just playing it safe, and unlike most other Russian heavies, this actually has a little bit of gun depression to work with. Hello Norg, Jabo, and Das. Nice to see you. Good morning to you too, even though it's night here. But got a Mastery Badge third class, even though, you know, it was kind of a boring battle, but not boring, you know, boring as far as like I didn't have to ram someone to kill him. But yeah, still got top 4 damage, experience about the same, which the last battle in the T-32, yep, I wish we would have won, but looking at the screen here, they got capped out. That's why you don't play for just solely capping someone out unless you're playing mines, high tier, encounter mode. That's the only time I'll play for the cap solely. But yeah, I got a Kronwagen up next. I'll probably pop into a grind or two before getting to the M5A1 and a Ram 2. See, Andrew, I'm glad you could catch this stream, given that you know, I had to switch the day up a little bit. Hope you have a nice, yeah, nice finish to your weekend tomorrow. Or, I guess it is tomorrow there. Do you know? I'm lost. I don't know that. Honestly, I'm still working on, I'm gonna have my which tank line is right for you guide updated hopefully by 9.22. So that's, you know, releasing middle to early this week, you know, depending on the server that you're on. But, you know, for most people, if you're excited for the new tanks, basically, I'd say if you had to pick, you know, not that they're full lines like the Object 268V4 or the Object 430U compared to the Object 705A, if you had to pick the lines, I think the new Russian heavies are probably going to be the most enjoyable outside of the ISM. That's going to be a really painful grind. Once you're elite, it's alright, but it does struggle really heavily against tier 9s and 10s because the armor is just not strong enough to hold up. But the other new tanks aren't bad either. It's just looking at it from a whole. The Object 705 and 705A will probably stand out more so than the new PD and also the mediums. Or medium, you know, they're just really reworking the TD and the mediums. I'm actually going to stay here because I should have, oh, I should have taken that. Don't have that much accuracy or penetration to work with. Gonna help him against the IS-7 if need be. I'm just not wanting to push in because I'm not gonna get any better shots, to be honest. Four shots. There's no Artie, so I don't have to worry about Artie ruining my day here. If their backline pushes into us, because they do outnumber us by about 3 tanks, I think, down here, we'll be in some trouble. I'm still going to take a pot shot at him if he pulls up again, because I'd like to get a full clip. But this is probably when they're going to push. I just really wish our team would stop pushing into them, because they have a lot more tanks there that can shoot us, and instead just hold and let them come, and you'd have full HP right now, to where I'm reloading and that IS-7 pushing, he's probably going to start them all pushing, to where it's not smart to push into a bunch of pre-aimed enemies, especially when you're outnumbered. Like to kill the IS-7 because he's kind of their instigator, but can't keep my turret angled too much because they have tanks back there that could pen me. Specifically that T-30. I had to kind of stick with heat though, given some of these tanks, but I'm going to try to maneuver this way. Get a better angle on the IS-7. I just hope it's not going to be too late. We are down by 2. That Centurion spotted me to where E30 very much might end me, but I really need to get their IS-7 out here. At least that's what I feel like, but The accuracy on this thing is god awful. There we go. Luckily my turret armor's strong. It's just the accuracy just kills the Kranwagen a lot of times. Or you can have the perfect shot lined up, but this isn't even far ranges here. It just completely kills your shots. Like AP there, I would have most likely not been able to pen that IS-7 where I penned him there. Because the penetration isn't that hot on the Kranwagen either. Luckily now though, I'm down to my last clip of heat, but it shouldn't matter here. We should be able to flank these guys fairly easily. Get the Ferdinand out. Aiming for the upper plate, hits him in the turret front. Not too surprised. Come on, I'd like to fire my last shell. At a TVP, and of course I missed, but that's on me. It's just, I should have gotten honestly double the damage I did, but playing a little bit further back, I mainly did that because there's no arty, but most tanks, you'd be able to hit those shots. Kranwagen, you can't. It just gets a little bit old sometimes, but I still like playing this because it's really good at hold down, but when you're missing shots like that to where you should be landing them, it's really frustrating, to say the least. I should have just kept here because I'm probably going to miss out on every other shots. Memes channel? Which, thank you for the subscription, Dane. I even missed that shot. I wasn't paying attention. But if you're trying, don't try to troll if you're trying to, because you'll get escorted out very quickly. Not that I think you are. I don't think most people get the Tide Pod thing either. Honestly, if I ever know somebody that tries to eat a Tide Pod, I'll probably never talk to him again. I still ended up with, I guess, okay amount of damage, but you know, I shot 17 times. I only connected with 14 and only penned with 7. That's just, it's bad being, you know, a top tier every single match, to where, you know, 252 pen isn't terrible, but when you combine it, 0.36 accuracy is workable. But the aiming time and the soft stats you don't see for the gun bloom whenever you turn your turret or you shoot are massive, to where it just, you know, it kind of kills it. The premium pen at 300, honestly, it is low for a tier 10, but it would be better, honestly, if more tier 10s were like that, to where they didn't have like crazy, basically 340 plus millimeter pen rounds, especially tier 10 TDs. But you know, it's kind of the game we're in now, to where if the Kranwagen didn't have you know, kind of those issues, mainly when you're comparing it to other tanks, it would be a lot better in the grand scheme of things. That's number 2 there. But let me start another raffle. I think people still do that, Mojo. And I'm fairly sure I know a few of them and work with a few of them. Hey, Levi is passed out, and Lily. Hi. I think Lily is still like, where am I? Honestly, it's the first time since my brother, he rescued her like, this point like 8 years ago or so. Back when he lived in his old house. He rescued him from a neighbor who just chained her up outside all day. And he went over one day and said, I'm taking your dog. But outside of that, and they moved to a different house, she hasn't been to any other person's house and like stayed there. So she's doing pretty well though. long as we don't find her in our bed tonight, like shaking or something, I think it'll work out here. I actually might do something differently here. Probably gonna backfire on me massively, but I'm gonna start driving the other way. Not too far though. I'm gonna try just to get here. I don't know if I want to go to this corner and help out this area because I don't have high hopes in honestly them surviving, but I also don't, after that shot there, have high hopes in that guy surviving either. I did actually just miss a shot, but I'm hoping he didn't notice that I turned back. I just had to worry about Artie, so. She's pretty easy, yes. She, you know, she is old and she is a little overweight, mainly because my brother had another, he still has it, we're not watching him, his name's Nelson. He's a blind, like 16-year-old, like miniature poodle. He's honestly like a really cool dog, but we can't watch him because that's a little bit too much. And he pees on stuff if he doesn't know what house he's in, because he's never been to my house. He had another dog who passed away this year to where he kind of controlled like when all the dogs ate. Like he was a real like alpha dog basically, to where when he passed, Lily just started chowing out, and yeah, she kind of overate for a while. Really hesitant to push over here. I might be able to pen the AT7. It's just, it depends on if he screws up. Give myself too much area to, there we go. Like that guy, he was trying to poke around a corner, but he's in completely wrong tank there to do that. But she's on diet week for us. Please look, there we go. Thanks for not ramming me. Pony's not there. Not liking that I'm the only person near our base now, but whatever. I'll roll with it, I guess. You can shoot through them. And I didn't hit him though. Comment, I don't think you know how slow this tank is. It's not that much faster going forward. And honestly, this Oni can practically one-shot me if he has the derp gun. Yeah, he doesn't have the derp, it looks, I don't know. I don't think it's the derp gun, but my team's not doing bad here. Oh, here comes their comment. I'm gonna really hope he's definitely gonna be able to take another shot at me, but he's actually ammo racked. Oops. Oh god. Who's the Oni gonna take out? Just now there's a Lorraine. I'm a goner. Or not. Thank you, Lorraine, for sparing me. Oh, that was so bad. That was not the best aiming by my side. I can't even talk. I can't believe I just missed that shot. But man, if that did not just dive into the dirt. That was such a huge miss. There's something about this tank that, congrats Floyd on winning the raffle too. There's something about the Sturer Emil that it doesn't click for me. I don't think it clicks for most people because I don't know. Hello, JR. Nice to see you. But what's the jig? Hello again. I'm only saying because I'm doing like terrible in this tank, honestly. I have a 33% win rate, under 500 experience per battle, which is really bad, like for my standards, to where somehow looking at my damage per games, so I'm doing 876 damage over 15 battles. My market excellence, I'm at 30% already in this, to where, you know, usually like if you're doing bad, like the Panther, I'm doubling that too. Basically, if you're doing bad in a tank, I notice as you're climbing up, say like 20, 30, 40 battles, you're sitting, you know, a little bit underneath that battle count in the percentage for the marks of excellence. But it's towards the bottom of like all of these I haven't even really played, because you don't see the badges next to them. I played them before they came out. Or most of these, I'm doing better technically in the AMX 40 than I am the Sturer Emil. Saying a lot. So let me hop into one more battle before I get to the M5A1 here. I'll crack it someday though. Like even looking at the AMX 5100 here across 11 battles, a little bit better win rate, 1700 damage per battle. Whoops, I did not want to click that. Hello, Chad. Nice to see you. And Dingo. I usually don't look at the stat page either, but looking at this across 11 battles, I'm at 24%, so a little bit lower, but still. Honestly, I've played every single match so far in these things. I've done bad, to where they shouldn't be that high. Hello, William. Nice to see you. Today's going pretty well. Hopefully you had a pretty good day as well. Well, thanks, Chad, for the nice words. Tonight, I'm a little hit or miss tonight, but I am trying to force myself tonight to grind a little bit more, because I'm getting close to the point to where I might just skip to the Borsig. Once I finish the the German light, I plan on doing the new Russian heavy tanks. I'm also looking to start the Russian TDs as well, to where I'm trying to get through some of these harder tanks I'd like to, you know, forget about. And, you know, that way I can start new grinds, to where I don't want to open up another tank line if I'm still stuck on the 5100, the TVP, the Sturer Emil, and the RU-251. I have a Scorpion G, yes. If you ever have any questions on... Didn't want to get spun there, but most people would just go a little bit left so they don't spin out your ally. So that's not a good sign, because I was going to be thrown into the tank traps where I wouldn't get flipped over like that one guy did earlier here, but I still don't prefer to get pushed into them if I can help it. Well, if you guys remember, I put it up for a vote, to where that was the one tank line I let you guys vote on, the Girl 15-9 you guys picked. I don't mind it, because, you know, I'm getting to both German TD lines eventually. Alright, we can hit them. Why are you blocking our shots? I could have taken him out there. A nice shot though. S7. Holy crap, it actually hit him. I actually hit a shot. That wasn't at point blank range. Right about there. I kind of missed that. I didn't even see the IS-7 push until I already hit reload. I can add Viper, the Scorpion G, onto my request list, but if you look above my mini-map, the way I do the stream, I'm pretty generous about things, I think, to where if you use the request command, like I will add the Scorpion G on since you're a new viewer, I play them in order. So a lot of these requests have been up there since towards the beginning of the stream. So I play those in order, that way you know, it's pretty straightforward. So I'll be able to get to the Scorpion G, but it will take me a few battles. I'm just reloading here. I don't mind pushing around and taking a hit. I really don't want to, but I'm hoping that that means these guys are actually going to push in, because me against an IS-7 is not great, even though I did set him on fire. The Sheridan is honestly out here, I believe. Yep, he took me out. That's what I was afraid of, and unfortunately we never spotted him, even while he was firing. He's literally just sitting right out here. But that's what I get. Nobody else was going to push on the IS-7, and he was just going to sit there proxy spotting us. Oh well. And of course they did the worst thing they possibly could. One person head here, the rest run back, so they're never going to spot these lights now, and they're just going to die. Oh well. But that's the problem I find with the AMX 5100 is you're just shoehorned into... I wish I could have killed the IS-7 about 20 seconds sooner, but I'm literally just sitting there with a 47-second reload. You know? I almost wish that they gave those tanks like the option of having like a standard gun. But yeah, I picked to go up this line because it was on track first, to where I'm still technically grinding this guy for the AMX 65T. I actually didn't want to pop into that. I've got the M4 or M5, yeah, M5A1 Sturer there. Okay. Hot toddy on the stream. That might be funny for you guys, but that might knock me out a little bit. It's feeling better right now. Granted, you know, it's still it's not great to where I can feel it, and it's tough talking sometimes. But I took a couple Advil because I've had a pretty bad headache, and like my jaw and stuff hurts since last night. Probably just, not that I'm stressed out, but I like grind my teeth sometimes, and having to do a couple different things with picking a dog up and watching a couple cats and stuff. I guess I'm like a professional pet sitter. Not yet, driver. I did think about that earlier today, though. I probably should have asked Ryan to pick it up since she was at the store earlier. Most of my day was just getting Lily and, you know, bringing all of her stuff here and stuff. And also, another reason why, like, the challenge board and, like, my sponsor board, I'm hoping the way I have it set up now, it'll be a little bit less time consuming for me. Whoops, I didn't want to side check him. It's like I'm playing hockey there. It took me about 2.5 hours today to switch the sponsor board. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, it was probably a little bit longer than that, but doesn't seem like long. But part of the reason why, you know, the larger ones, you know, ink is not cheap. You know, our only stream sponsors and people, you know, that tip and stuff, is because it does take a lot of time having to cut things out, which is why I switched the challenge victors to a hexagon instead of the Tiger 1 tank cutout, where it took me a very long time cutting out all those little small things. But I've still got about 75 of them, so All the stores around me have them, as far as like the grocery stores and stuff. I don't feel I've had them before. I don't feel bad popping them. You know, fisherman's friends, not popping other things. But I don't feel bad eating a lot of them. Like if I'm at work and need cough drops, I don't feel right eating a ton of like sugary ones. This is gonna hurt. Ooh, I'm glad he missed me. I'm gonna just scurry on off here like the little cockroach I am right now. I'm gonna leave it to them. There's 4 guys that can pick him up. Oh crap. Zero damage crit is not good, especially with a KV1 behind me, because I need to keep pushing. Oh, great, another one. At least he missed one. But yeah. This KV1 behind me is not high on my list of things I want to see right now. Especially because we are losing tanks left and right. I don't know why we're losing so many tanks. Lost another one. I can't pen this guy very well, like even using premium. But like, they only have one arty. I knew he'd be in that area, it's just... I'm probably gonna reposition. Or... these 2 TDs are pushing on the KV1, so I feel obligated to have to help. We just lost one. We're probably gonna lose number 2. No. Like, just run away, dude. That's what I'm doing. It's just, honestly, we're gonna lose this because I wanted to push over to the center. It's just right now, why are you pushing like that in a TD? I'd be better off, you know, spotting for my team. But doing, oh god, doing the rounds on a KV1 doesn't make too much sense. Of course I missed. Accuracy is not a strong suit of a light, and of course he died too. Yeah, let's rush right into a KV1. And I don't even, you know, when you don't even have a turret. But it's just frustrating because I did get myself kind of stuck over there to where I should have moved to a different area sooner, but literally played that the worst possible way imaginable. Oh god. Almost flipped myself there. I really did not want to get hit by the PZ4 though. Still don't know where their hetzer is either, or if they're even playing. But kudos to that KV1 for picking a spot to where I can't really deal with him head on. One shot and he could kill me with the gun he had. But the view range is an issue with this since I think he just saw that get knocked down. Don't know if he spotted me though. It's just, you know, being a tier 4 light, and also, you know, it's not like I have a seal clubber crew in this with like all max skills. My view range isn't exactly like overwhelming. But screw it, I'm just going full APCR here. KV1's gonna be an issue. I can outspot him. Oh god, their hetzer's at our base. I can outspot the KV1, but oh lord, he's actually at our base too. Not good. Not good at all. We're actually probably going to lose this. We might be able to Nope, can't outcap him now. That's what I was afraid of. Oh, I just hit 2 trees too. They, you know, they sent everyone south and just didn't pick up on that fast enough. I feel dumb, but doesn't even matter that I see they're already, because they're just gonna cap us out. Yeah. Props to their arty for actually using, you know, their engine and tracks though. But yeah, I should have, once I seen that there wasn't a TD or an arty up there, I should have just booked it to our cat, but they did the right thing. My favorite thing to make for work at work? I don't have a favorite, honestly, Javo. It sounds, you know, bad, but because I do like my job, it's just cooking, it's work for me, so I don't really have a favorite, to be honest. I like everything on my menu. It's just, you know, it's something to where, you know, there's no favorite because everything is, you know, it's like, you know, it's a job. So I have least favorite things to make, so. But favorite, not so much, which, ooh, God, why is, it's Sheridan, that's why. I need to fix this crew up a little bit. Why don't I pull the M4 crew in here? I was like, I hit the wrong button. Alright. Almost went into the battle. Not that that would have been a huge thing, but he ram 2. But getting to that, the Viper, the Scorpion G is up on the tank request list, so I will get to it. It takes time. Hello, Leonard. Nice to see you. And thank you, Viper, for the subscription, too. But yeah. If I could get to every single tank request, you know, immediately, I would. If I could, but that would be impossible. But my least favorite thing to make, outside of, honestly, when you go to restaurants, it is true to where if you order something, say, on the menu, and conceivably, nah, close enough. Whoops. No. Sorry for that noise. I knew it was gonna make that. I alt-tabbed wrong. If you think it's prepped ahead of time and you're asking somebody to take something out of that item and you're going to a restaurant, it does annoy the kitchen a lot. But the thing that I hate that make the worst at work probably has to be Eggs Benedict when we're busy. That's only because typically I work that side because it's the harder of the two sides with the way I have our line set up in the kitchen. And I also kind of expedite from behind the line, given that that's the side that does that. But I actually need to get myself out here quick because my team is camping. Only because I'll have, like, say 10 Benedicts like up in the window I have to make, so 20 eggs, and you only have, like, say 10-15 seconds, like a little window where the eggs are actually right before you either undercook or overcook them. So having to do that extremely quickly can be very difficult when you're busy. And I also don't like making waffles. But that's only because our waffle makers are, you know, they're getting up there in age, so whether or not they're actually working in the day is, you know, a real question. And I'm actually not allowed to set them up, because whenever I set them up, they decide not to work. I'm like cursed. Now, it would be nice though if my team would get off of the 0 line. But unfortunately, you know, I'm not top tier and I'm not in a heavy, so I can't really like push anywhere. Neither can this OI, because our team is just camping so hard. Like, come on guys, you're defending, but you need to defend by not letting them get 90% of the map. Thank God, OI. Unfortunately, you know, he just lost a crap ton of HP because we literally don't have any positions. I'm gonna try to get here, it's just I'm still not gonna be safe here. Trying to keep this guy here, but yeah, I'm just gonna end up dying from Artie. Think I can wiggle my way through here. Frustrating though, because at least they won the north. It's just the south, all we needed was like 1 or 2, like say the Hellcat, to just move up a little bit further off of that 0 line. That way they could actually shoot stuff. Because the OI was trying to hold that area, it's just my little dinky gun isn't gonna do that. Well, we have a company to where we buy the base for, and like we'll add it's basically like really fine like flour mixed in with like malt and I forget what else, but we mix in all the like butter, the water, the leavening and stuff too. But they provide, because they provide our waffle makers and maintain them. But they're getting up there in age, so hopefully we get some new ones this year. With the way that we have our kitchen set up, and we don't sell enough of them, we carry just like all-purpose flour, to where we could like set up another area to carry. It's like, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like super fine, and it would just honestly be a mess if we had to like make everything from scratch when it came to that. But unfortunately, a really crappy battle. The Ram 2, you know, it can be all right sometimes if it's top tier, but it is definitely showing its age. It's just, you know, it doesn't stack very well up against tier 5 heavies and basically all tier 6s. The gun, you know, it's basically gimped on that. Penetration's workable, but 75 damage with 0.43 accuracy and 2.3 aiming time and bad soft stats, it makes it really frustrating to actually play that tank most times. So, did you send me a message, Will? It didn't pop up. But I have a my pick up next, so why don't I play, looking at the stat page a little bit ago, I only played 3 battles in this thing since I bought it. Pick Tuesday's game? Which game would you like for that, John? So I was about to say I haven't put that up yet. John Diggus veto it. definitely lost that one. Come on, sink. Neither am I a lot of times, William. But let me know if it doesn't work. It's not just you, a few people have said, like for some reason, it's based off of what country you're in, honestly, to where some countries, Streamlabs, or say Super Chat, or PayPal, I guess, doesn't always work for some reason. I don't know if it's blocked or there's some sort of like verification you have to go through, but I've looked into, you know, other places, but honestly, I find that, you know, they should cover everybody. It's just, it's hard on my end. Well, even though John, he picked Tuesday's game, I'm going to still put up the vote. So I'm going to put up a vote though. So anyone voting here, number 6 is actually Battlefield 1, to where if for whatever reason I can stream an extra day this week, or something else happens, this will be the backup game. So we'll go with that. But feel free, John, to pick Dreadnought. That's usually the game I think you would like to see. But even though, you know, I just have 6 options up here, I took off Destiny 2, Total War Arena. You can even pick one of those if you'd like, to be honest, John. You can pick from basically any game I've streamed recently. I'm still waiting on, like I might do Stellaris like I was talking about, but that'll be at the end of the month where the new DLC comes out for it. That way my save file doesn't get broken from starting a new game. I am not liking that heavy pushing into me. Of course I wasted a shot there, but I need a little bit of heat going for me. But for anyone looking at the screen, it should, hopefully everything's looking right. So number 1 is Dreadnought, and that goes down to number 6 with Battlefield 1. You just type !vote, press space, and then do 1 to 6. Whew, he got killed. That was awesome. But definitely let me know before the end of the stream, John, what game you would like to see Tuesday. I remember last time you picked it, the servers crashed for Dreadnought. Which I mentioned last stream too, if anyone did miss that little announcement. So Total War Arena is doing a I 0 damage crit that last shot. Total War Arena is doing an open week to where the queue is a little bit better in that game this week. It's still in closed beta, but you'll basically be able to get in and progress pretty quickly into the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, given that they're still accelerating progression. Oh, that's a really loud snore there, Louie. Accuracy on this tank, surprisingly, is really bad. It's actually worse than tier 9, the tier 8. I think even the mid-tiers it's worse than. Some salts. But actually this week, given that, you know, I am watching Lily here, and I have my hands a little bit more full, this is probably the week to where I will be able to pull off an extra stream this week. You know, thinking about it, and I'm not streaming Sunday, to where the extra stream probably would be at some point Monday, you know, for the backup game that we're voting on. What the hell, I'm getting pushed too, so just jump in here. I went a little bit too fast and I barely like skirted over him. But the Lorraine was actually pushing me for a second, but I figured might as well go for laughs there. Pick whatever you want, John, because, you know, I don't think people dislike Dreadnought. I personally really like playing it. It's like last stream, like when I played Overwatch, I know not everyone likes that, to where, you know, if you want me to play Battlefield 1, I'll gladly play it. You know, I put it up there since I axed Destiny 2, given the problems with that game right now. But, you know, I can do Battlefield if you'd like that. It's usually a pretty fun action-packed game. But not exactly the best battle here statistically, but the end there I definitely just kind of died. Thanks again, Will. So let me pop into M103 here. See you, Mojo. Which there's still about 4 minutes left on the poll, so feel free to keep voting. Right now, yeah, it's tied between PlayerUnknown's and World of Warplanes. But Tuesday night, John purchased the Tuesday night game to where I'll be playing Battlefield 1. Haven't seen that in a while from me. It's still a really fun game just to pop into. And mainly I put it back up there too because they are releasing a new Battlefield this year as well. Most likely it's looking like they're actually going to pull some elements out of the current Battle Royale, like Fortnite, PlayerUnknown's Battleground. They're going to pull some elements out of that for the PvP online and implement a mode like that. And most likely it's looking like it might be set in like the Vietnam era again. Lois, her name's Lily, but I gave her one last time, and I am 95% sure she doesn't really like Levi's treats, where I'll have to go grab hers from her house. But I gave her one of Levi's the last time they got tipped here, and I think she left it, and Levi went over there and stole it. I guess she doesn't like pumpkin. That's the one I gave him. But I'll give them both a tip here after this battle here. Okay, right now we have yeah, Tuesday I'll be doing Battlefield 1. If for whatever reason I can pop on for an extra stream, I'll be picking whatever we're voting on here. So currently, I think we're still tied. Okay, I can out-alpha the 110, but not the other tanks, but they are both pulling back to where I can get a cheapy little shot there. Basically, my game of the week streams will, I guess, rebalanced him back to the garage. I guess that's how you you kill a defender. I forgot that the ammo rack, on a lot of tanks that shape, and you know, Russian tanks, say like IS-7 and stuff like that, the ammo rack is located there. I forgot about that. But thank you very much, John, for the generous tip there. That means a lot. Thank you. I'm hoping with the Tuesday stream, you know, it's well worth the price for that with Battlefield 1. I'll make sure to pull off some probably epic deaths, because a lot of the people that still play it, there's about 40,000, I believe, average players for Battlefield 1 still per month, to where a lot of people that still play it are probably a lot better than me. But hopefully I can get into a tank and feel at home. Louie's definitely not gonna starve, trust me. But Twitch sometimes might feel like it's lagging or buffering a lot, because I don't get transcoding over there most nights, because I will not accept the affiliate agreement that they, I've been approved for it basically since the first day I started streaming on Twitch again. It's a very low barrier for that, but unless I get say a partnership, I'm not going to accept that. So it doesn't get transcoding options, or encoding, transcoding, I don't even know what they call it, honestly. Run away. I did that really complex math in my head to know that I beat the mouse out. More or less, I guessed. But basically it all depends. Like on Twitch, basically my bitrate sits around 4,800 kilobits or kilobytes, I forget which one, per second, to where it maxes out around like 5,600 if a lot's going on the screen. To where if you can download that stably, you're not going to have any problems watching. And even on YouTube for 1080p, it sits at about that. But once you start on YouTube bumping it down to like 720p and stuff, it really drops that down to where it's easier to not buffer. Alright, so Tuesday's night's game, I'll be playing Battlefield 1. That'll be really fun to watch. I played it the other day too, which when I read about a new one coming out this year, it got me to pop back into it. If I have an extra stream this week, I'll be playing Battlegrounds, since that beat out the World of Warplanes, I think, was number 2. So I got a mastery badge 2nd class, most amount of experience, 2nd place as far as damage. Pretty easy one there. They never really pressed anywhere, so it was really just us taking little shots at them. Alright, so I have an object 252U here. No, I'm on tier 9. Duh. I thought I was at tier 8. Let me get into this guy here. Thank you very much, Masta, for the follow. Thank you very much again for the tip. Maybe I'll go out. We're gonna spoil Lily a little bit and get her honestly a new dog bed, to be honest. Alright, buddy. Here you go. Hey, little buddy. Oh, Levi was really fast asleep there. Here you go, you got a treat. She's like, why'd you just throw a biscuit at me? But yeah, Twitch is always ahead of YouTube by about 10 seconds, because I have the DVR and better quality enabled on YouTube. I could try out one stream. I could still keep the DVR feature. I can get the basically the delay between me and you guys a little bit less than Twitch without losing that, but I know a lot of people watch the streams not live, so I'd rather have it a little bit better as far as the image. That's a lot to choose from, Javo. Unfortunately, I only got about 20 minutes left here, to where I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to that request. I know. I got the the Christmas camo on this. One already, yeah, I really had to do that, dude. He couldn't just let me shoot you. Gonna take a pot shot. But in my head I'm popping around. I actually had to play Battlefield. I'm actually excited. I didn't expect, honestly, that to get picked tonight. It's just when I played it, was it yesterday? No, it was the day before, I think. I tried driving a tank and I was awful. I'll be fine by Tuesday though. I'll make sure to pop into a match or two before I stream it. I was just pressing the wrong buttons because I was trying to drive it like World of Tanks. Where is he? Like, where is he aiming? His gun was not even aiming at me. Like, no joke. I don't even know where to... Hell, he penetrated me. Yeah, he penetrated me on the cupola. Hit his track. Awesome. For them. Honestly, I'm doing terrible. Tank is a little bit too good for a tier 8 premium, but it's not invincible. And this IS-3, honestly, we really need our arty to whack him. Yeah, he's just hitting me in the cupola every time, too. Oh well, anyone expecting a really great battle in a 252U, this is like the third time in a row I've stunk it up. Doesn't help that I'm against this guy either. I can't even pen a VK 101p with this when he's angled like that. Hey, our arty's finally helping us. Yay. Probably just gonna shoot the rock there. Yep, this is not looking too good for us. I've done 0 damage. But kudos to the IS-3, he really screwed my match over. But I can't even pen a VK 100. Even with APCR, it's iffy on the cupola. The cupola is honestly... I'm just gonna take one more shot here, but yeah. This was probably one of my worst battles tonight, to be honest. Even worse than that T-32 match earlier. I really stunk it up for my team here. Do I think I can hit this guy? Yay! I actually penetrated him. I'm really mad at myself for doing that bad, but it happens. But, you know, the cupolas are weak spots on there, to where he definitely had the time to aim, and they're still probably going to lose, but I was just missing stupid shots there. But I got the T-34 medium up next. I guess that's what I get to for thinking about another game while playing. Alright, it's T-34, and I have the Scorpion G tier 8 premium coming up too. Pick a different one other than that. College student coming out of anesthesia. Oh, the Eagles one? I saw that earlier. Someone linked it on Facebook. To be expected though. Everyone around here is in love with the Eagles, so South Jersey, you know, New Jersey doesn't have any sports teams outside of basketball and hockey, but even them, they're in North Jersey, to where most people like Philadelphia teams here. Hello Shag, nice to see you. But yeah, that was a pretty funny video though. But honestly though, the next stream for tanks, yeah, it's gonna be Tuesday morning at 8 AM. I don't think the patch is coming out Tuesday on NA. It should be Wednesday. So that'll be my last patch before we see the Russian madness of all these armored tanks coming out. But otherwise, you know, my next stream for tanks is then I have Tuesday night stream is going to be Battlefield. If for whatever reason I do have an extra stream, the only day I see it happening would be Monday, so that would be PlayerUnknown's Battleground. But most likely that would kind of be like a midday to like early stream, to where, you know, I know it doesn't really work for most people, but I guess that just depends on if I want to pop on and have a little bit of fun instead of making like a weak spot guide or something. Not that they're not fun, but it's just drawing in Photoshop, so. Sorry, Artillery Bob. See, I don't really care for football at all. I used to like, honestly, the Green Bay Packers, but which was why ironic that one person who used to troll my stream, that was his username. But I haven't really followed football since high school. Make a hole eventually here. I think he might be behind something I can't destroy. I got a TD now. The accuracy is a little bit lacking on this though. I think that TD moved. No fire extinguisher. Tisk tisk. Come on, accuracy. Maybe if I shoot like 300, oh, there we go. I'll finally get a kill. But if the enemies are just driving out to where I can hit them, I might as well just chuck as many shells as I have at them. There's another one. I should have just stayed where I was at. Likelihood of one of them hitting would eventually get there. I'm actually really surprised he wasn't spotted the first time. Come on, you can do it. My accuracy is so bad this game, but I know it throwing shells at this range in a tier 5 medium. At this point though, we definitely have this in the bag. If we lose this, then I don't know, we like all decided to jump off a cliff. See, can I shoot a tank that's not turning? I'm actually hitting shots now, thank God. Almost out of AP shells. Might as well keep going with my machine gun approach here. Alright, there's 2 0 damage crits. On 2 APCR shells. Awesome. Whew. Definitely firing a lot of rounds here. At least it's better in my last match. I'm at 4 kills, 1300 damage, 700 assists. I don't know. I guess the Grill was hitting the T-29, which is probably why he wants to kill him. I don't think he's gonna get to him. A lot of other tanks that are closer. But pretty nice game there. I only had to shoot like 40 shells, I think, right around there. We'll see how many I fired at the end here. I probably only had like 50% accuracy. Somebody decided to go to bed. Surprisingly, it's not Levi for once. But got a mastery badge first class. First one I think tonight, honestly. I had a couple good matches, but not, you know, first classes or aces. So most amount of damage on my team. Type 62 beat me out on the other team though. Yeah, I fired 57 shots. I only hit 26 of them and only penned 19, but it worked. You know, the AP shells, you know, on this gun are dirt cheap. Honestly, I used a smaller gun, and the AP only costs 56 credits, so not really gonna. Hello again. So you know, it's better to message me on the stream chat. But feel free, you know, I do answer questions and stuff if people message me. It's just a lot of times I try not to chat too much in game during streams. So let me start another giveaway. So, or let me add something into the shop first. I'm gonna do the raffle now. I'm just gonna. It'll be 9. No. It'll be 1,000 Levi biscuits. I'm just adding on the bonuses here for everybody. It's almost 11 o'clock here at night, Brandon. It's all good, JR. If you can't watch, you know, while playing, it's one thing. But, you know, sometimes, you know, if you message me and I'm streaming, it might take me a while to get back. Right. Guess I'm gonna head to where my team normally puts most of its tanks. But we'll see. No, it's all good, John. I since it's the end of the stream, I tallied up how many sponsors are here. I added them onto the raffle so I could get it going, just in case knowing this is a Scorpion G, if I die very quickly on this, I'll be on the next battle quick, because I don't want to put the raffle off too long. What? How did he drown? Where did he even drown? Ow! I really hope that was a mistake. That just literally probably dropped our percentage to win by like 10% there. If you're a sponsor, so sponsors get custom emojis to where the plus 100 emoji, it adds to the raffle pot every time I get an ace or a first class match. You also get a multiplier for earning stream currency faster. I don't want to chase here, it's just... Also don't want to sit here and be useless. They're gonna end up pushing on the T-54 Mod 1, it's just, is it gonna be soon enough? I need to help out this other side. Really stinks that we lost our SPG though. Especially our top tier one, that's just usable. I try to get myself over here to where I can help these guys out. I did just get spotted though. Oh crap. You're hanging way in the back, aren't you, dude? I'm probably gonna die now. Who would have known that a JPZ 100 sitting in the back where there's only one tank on that flank? Guess I should have seen that he wasn't spotted, but I did know that I was spotted and I still sat there. So it is on me. But yeah, unfortunately this side, they just weren't going to push it fast enough, so I knew I had to kind of bail on them. Because I'm not able to push in this thing at all. Just, you know, it stinks. Might die before this, but I wanted that Conqueror to push up. And I bounced him. Or no, I didn't even bounce, I critical hit him. I guess I hit him on the track. So many of those tonight. Sorry, Outlaw. So on Twitch, my chatbot only works on YouTube. To where basically on Twitch, the only thing I have set up for a chatbot is why don't I pop into the ELC even here. It just tracks view time over there. Because right now my main streaming platform is YouTube, to where you can still like request tanks and stuff on Twitch. It's just like raffles and stuff like that don't work with Twitch. They only work on YouTube. If they didn't have the clause, which congrats Jabbo on winning the raffle, if they didn't have the clause for being like an affiliate on Twitch and stuff, to where I wouldn't be allowed to stream at the same time on YouTube and Twitch, it would open up some possibilities for me over on Twitch to do more over there. But until Streamlabs gets their bot to work on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, I'm just going to keep my chat bot on Twitch for like purchases and the commands and stuff. Don't ram me. This does classify as a tier 8, I guess. Hello, Zig. I'm glad you could pop in, even though, you know, it's the last battle. Oh no! He definitely is gonna see me, so I'm just gonna fire while I'm still alive here. No, I did not want to go into the water there. I was fine until that M41 got near me. Well, the guy that drowned, I honestly think that was a mistake, because I've drowned there before. Not in the beginning like that, but I have drowned falling off the ledge there. But yeah, it still does stink. I shouldn't be able to get spotted. Here, would like to kill that M41 if he's gonna push up. Oh crap. Small size, save me. Here's a couple tanks that could hit me there. I'm gonna try to pull away now. Leverage my camouflage again. I shouldn't be able to get spotted now, even though that guy's spotted. Could be wrong. Nope, he did get me. Good luck actually trying to hit me though. I think he was in there. Not certain now. Definitely could see me though. There he is. Likelihood of him actually hitting me was pretty low, so I figure, kind of funny that Artie's still aiming at me though. There's better people to shoot than literally the smallest tank in the battle. Knowing that he's there though, assuming he's still there, if I hit him. Definitely not going to kill him. My commander's out, which is really not good, especially with 30-second reload here. Good luck trying to hit me, M44. Literally, you have better shots, especially in C1, where your team really needs you right now. Tree probably can... Why are you pinging me, ARL 44? Reloading, and I have no commander, so I can't spot anything. I'm gonna try to help, but this is a really bad idea. The amount of tanks they have here, we cannot clip them all. Especially because they have an SU-100Y out here. Grapple, he just... I was looking to kill him and I was a second too late. That was a mistake, but oh well. I deserve that. I honestly... I flipped my tank around without even noticing, so I actually went the wrong direction. And I'm like, screw it, I'll take a shot. I can kill him before he fires. And I was wrong. But that was definitely a mistake there, but oh well. At the very least, you know, thanks for watching, guys. So yeah, with the commander, the benefit from Brothers in Arms is basically the same as ventilation, so it's about 2.5% across your stats, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's, yeah, it equates to about 2.5% Brothers in Arms. But yeah, unfortunately a crappy end to the stream, but I made a lot of stupid mistakes tonight. Had I not turned myself around by accident there, I definitely would have been better off, but I'll give them 41 in the center honestly screwed me over, and they're already had me on my toes, but we're still gonna win this at least. But so anyone you know, watching football tomorrow, hopefully your team wins. I won't be streaming tomorrow night like usual though. Next time you'll see me, most likely it will be Tuesday morning for World Tanks. If for whatever reason I can pop on before then, I'll pop into PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Most likely on Monday, but it's not for sure. Otherwise, you know, Tuesday morning's World of Tanks. Tuesday night is going to be Battlefield 1. I would do an extra World of Tanks stream, but you know, I do like, you know, the game. I love World of Tanks, but you know, playing it more and streaming it more than about 4 times a week, I find you know, it loses a little bit of the, you know, I start getting a little bit frustrated when I play more than that. So I'm sure people understand what I mean. But anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. It was a fun stream. Thank you very much for the tip as well, John. I almost forgot to pop off the... I always forget to do the credit reel. But basically we should know more come Monday, if I don't stream then, about 9.22. They should have like the official notes and everything out about that. So it'll be interesting to see if they change anything about like the Object 257 and a couple other tanks from the test server over to the live server. So I guess we'll wait and see. You know, otherwise, you know, everyone have a nice Sunday tomorrow, and I'll see some of you guys Tuesday. So but anyway, see you guys, and thank you very much again, you know, for the tips and also the new subscribers and subscriptions too. See you guys next time.